Hello guys, welcome back. So, hope you are well. We are going to learn the new things in the React that is called axios with the get API based on JSON server. Axios with the get API based on JSON server. What we are going to learn in that, suppose you are a React developer and you want to try something related to data manipulation, reading the data, writing the data, deleting the data, updating the data. You can say overall CRUD operation. In that case, we need a server. We required a server. That server can be back in any server, Java, PHP, Python, any server you need. Okay. For what purpose? That can manipulate your data. Definitely input output will happen in the React itself, but you can say data updates and deletion all will happen in the backend. We have another solution. Since you don't know the Java, .NET, Python languages, the backend, so how to do that? Even we don't know database, then how to do that? We have an option called JSON server. JSON server we can set up. There we can read the data, write the data, update the data, delete the data, everything we can do. It will be as a file system. It will store the data in a file that's called JSON. But between the JSON server and React, we required an interface that will fill the gap between, you can say, JSON server and React. So that gap is being filled by this library. It's a JavaScript library only, you can say. It's called axios. It has many functions: get, post, delete, put, right? Those functions are there. Using get we can read the data, using post we can write the data, using put we can update the data, using delete we can delete the data. So those functions are there inside the axios. So I will guide you in this complete video. First we will create a component. We'll design a basic layout, basic table. After that, we will do the installation of axios library. After that, I'll guide you to set up the JSON server. There we will create a file, JSON file. We will store the data, and again we'll apply the axios to read the data from server, which server, JSON server, and give to React. Just simple reading work we are going to understand in this. You will ask what is the axios? As I told you, JSON server is the backend, and then your React is going to be the front end. Between both, how the gap will get filled. Data has to come from the backend to front end. In between, you need a intermediate, right? So that mediator is called the axios. It has feature. It can bring the data. It can send the data. It can update the data. It can delete the data. Everything is available. Those we are going to do. So this is my page. You can see I have loaded the page. Demo data I have taken from one file. I am displaying here in tabular format. You can see I'll go to some other page. These all are my pages. If I'll come back to this page, you can see the data has come here. This is coming from where? It's coming from JSON. Look at here. I have a file. You can see here, book, basic Java, basic Python, basic HTML. I have stored here in the JSON file. My JSON server is running here. And then this the React server is running. And finally, between JSON to React, data is coming, it's giving here. So let's go ahead and let's implement it. Okay. So again, I'll suggest you, in case if you're not subscribed the CRM Software Academy, you can subscribe it. Helpful for you. You will keep getting notification on the upcoming new videos. Will be helpful for your career. Okay. So let's go ahead. So let's come to my page. I have created a file called crud.js. I will delete everything from here. I'll not keep anything, just some codes I have. I'm going to delete that's all. Okay. I will be writing just 10 minutes work. Deleted everything. Okay. It's a class component. I forgot to tell you, it's a class component. Okay. It's a class component. Now let me delete here everything. Just I'll keep my class name. My class name is CRUD. I have already linked this class under the routing and other stuff I have done. So this is, let me delete from here and then I'll close my class. So my class is open, my class is closed here. Okay, this much code I'll keep, remaining I have deleted. So first I'm going to design the interface layout. After that I'll guide you, set up everything, get the data and fill inside. Okay, so let's go. Constructor is required, that I will keep here. Let me increase the font size for you, it will be helpful, it will be visible properly. So here constructor has come. Inside the constructor, since a class component, I will be following the super class, and again I will be following here this dot state equal to, I'll create here called book list, just one array to store the list of the books. Now after that, next step will be render function I'll call here. There definitely you have to do the return as well. Return you have to do. Inside that, I will be following a division as a parent JSX element. Inside, I'll keep a h1. There, I'll write call line equal to center, and I'll write here call React.js, React Better, API, React Axios, React Plus, Axios, get API with JSON server. Okay, so I wrote it. Let me run my page and see whether this content is coming or not. I have already linked this page under the routing. Look at here, my page is coming. React Axios get API JSON server example. Let me go ahead next. Next step is I'll create a table here because there we want to display some data. Definitely we require a table. And under this table, don't forget to add the T head. T head and T foot unit, T body you need to follow. Inside the TR, I will be keeping here BG color sky blue. Sky blue. Okay, I'm not following the bootstrap so that it will be very heavy, difficult code. In case you are merging with the bootstrap, no problem. Understand the logic, integrate with your bootstrap. Okay, TH. Let me give here called book ID, and I'll give here called book name. Book name. Then next will be called price. I will be writing here called price. Next, I will be following here called th. Maybe we can keep quantity and let it be this much is enough as of now. Let's look at the page. What is coming in the browser? Awesome. It's coming here on left hand side. We need to give some certain width and other stuff so that it will come. And on the top of that, I have written a class. I'll show you in the CSS file. That class I will be calling. That class name is here. It's called EMP list. EMP list is my ID name. I'll follow that. Okay, so let me go here to my table. Here is my table. I'll keep here ID equal to EMP list. It will change little look and feel of the table. Simple. Let me have a look how it is coming. Awesome. It's come like this, covering the full width. The heading got ready. Let's go ahead. Now matter is of data. TD. Sorry, not TD, not TD, T body. Okay. So matter is of data. Now data we need, array we need, then only we can run the map function. So you saw how I designed just simple interface. We made it ready. Okay. Now next step. So hope you are understanding. There is nothing much confusion in that simple interface we designed. I created an array. Right now, see this is the interface. In this interface, data has to come from the JSON server. So first, design is ready. Hope you are on the track. Now, I'll stop my JSON server. Okay, and I will go here at this place. I'll go here at this place. This is my JSON API. JSON API folder. I'll leave that API folder. I'll create another API folder. Let me go here and keep a call booked API. I created a folder called book API. Right? One API was running, setup was done. I'll remove that. Okay, I deleted. I created a folder called book API. I'll go to my book API folder and I'll open here called CMD. Okay, you need to install it. Okay, what you need to install? Here is the option npm install -g and json hyphen server. Okay, npm install -g json hyphen server. So json server is getting installed. We'll keep a minute of time. It's going on. So hope you understood what we are going to do. We are going to do one side we have Angular, React, another side we have called JSON server. Now between both we need to send the data, receive the data. So question is React is a front-end language. It cannot store the data. Yes, it can store in local storage, but not permanently. So what we thought? We thought, okay, since we don't know the backend language, so let's install the JSON server. So JSON server installation is going on. Once it will get installed, then we will do the remaining process. We will create there one package file, and after that we'll create a server.json file, and there we can store the data, and then we'll start the JSON server, and after that we'll give the data to React easily. React can be able to access. So it's going on. Let it go. Just wait a minute. Correct. And I have already made a lot of videos in my channel, Serum Software Academy. So whenever you are free, you can keep on watching that. So let's see, this got installation is done. Okay. So it says like in the API folder, you need to have one package.json file. So for that, you will run a command npm init, init, npm init. What is the command? Npm init. Let's enter. It will ask some package name. You don't need to enter anything. You continuous press enter, 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 enter. Okay. So look here, package name. I will press the enter. Version, press the enter. Description, press the enter. Entry point, press the enter. Test command, press the enter. Git repository, press the enter. Keywords, press the enter. Author, press the enter. License, nothing. Is it okay? Yes, 100% okay. So you can see one file will get ready here. That is called package.json file. Package.json file is got ready at this place. Okay, now here package.json file is going to keep the information about your package. I will be creating a new file. I will be creating a new file in that book API folder. Let me go here. I have opened my notepad++. I'll create a new file. Okay, I'll go here and I'll come back to my folder. Here is my folder. This is my JSON server folder. Inside the JSON server, this is my book API folder. Inside, I will be creating one file called book data.json. Book data.json. Okay. Why I given the name as a book data? Because all read, write, update, delete, I'm going to do under this file only. Okay. Let me increase the font size for you. This is my book data.json file. Okay. Inside, I will be creating one. You can say a object, you can say key, you can say the element of the array, say the book. Okay, now this book will be as an array. This book will be as an array. Okay, now let me come to the my page. Here, see how many were there? Book ID, name, price, and quantity. Total 4 columns we have. So I'll go here and I'll create an array. Inside the array, I will be storing called ID. Start from one. Then name of the book. Keep here something. Java basic. Let's go here. Add one more property called price. Keep as a somewhere rupees 500. Come down. Keep QTI quantity as a keep as a 5. Okay. So this many details I stored. Let me copy this and let it be one user, one book details. Okay. So I store here just one book details, right? Is a book is the name of the array, whereas inside we have the element where book core Java, basic Java is stored. So hope you understood what I did. Now let's go next. We need to start this server. Then only we can access this data. Okay. So how to start? I'll go to my CMD. This is my file. I'll go to my CMD here. And while starting the node server, you have to write, sorry, not node server, JSON server. You have to write JSON hyphen server space minus minus watch which file you want to run. That's called book data dot JSON on which port number. That's called minus minus port and port number. I'll give 3002 because 3000 my React is running. Enter. Okay. See, it is saying like your JSON server is ready, JSON server is started. You can access your book data on the localhost colon 3000 hyphen book. Let me show you in the browser. Okay, so my local JSON server is set up and I am ready with the API. What is my API URL? I will go here and I'll test it. It's called localhost 3002 colon 3002 slash book. Hopefully it will show me one book details. See, awesome. One book is coming. I'll increase the font size. Please see here. Book details is coming. One book details. Let me go back to the original. Right now, after that, this is the URL I want to give to the React. This URL I'll give to the React. Okay. Let's come back to the, so you saw the flow. What I did, I created a folder. Inside the folder I installed the JSON server. After that I created a file, I store the data. Now next step for you is you have to come to your React. In the React, see the flow is here. This is one, also the folder also. This is the React. This is the React. And this is your JSON server. Book API is a JSON server. This is the React. Now between both, data has to come and go. It will not happen directly. You have to keep a mediator in between. Intermediate. Okay, you have to keep in between. That can send the data and that can receive the data. For that, you will be installing this one. I have already installed. I'll write here. You can install this. npm install. Where? Under the React you have to install. npm install axios. You need to install there, then only you can use. Okay, I have already installed. I'm going to write here directly import axios from axios. See, suggestion also came for me, right? So I got the axios is ready. So what this axios will do, it is a interface between your React and JSON server. React need a data is available under the JSON server. Now JSON server will give the data to Axios and Axios will give the data to React. So you can say it's become as a friend between whom React is one and the node, you can say JSON server is one. In between the friend came as a Axios. Axios will help the React to get the data from JSON. See how it is going to happen now. I'll go here. So this installation I do and import here. Okay. Now come. I'll write a function called getBook. GetBook equal to hat arrow function I'll follow, and after that I'll come inside and my URL, hope you remember I have copied already. This is my URL. This is my URL. This is my URL that I was running in the browser. See here, this is the URL. On this URL, React can get the data. So this URL React cannot access directly. So Axios is going to come, and with the help of Axios, we can get the data. So what we will do, see here, class, we have already imported the Axios on the top. I will be calling this Axios here. I'll write here axios dot get URL. Just you need to mention. After that, follow the then function. Then you will capture the response here. I'll break the line, will be helpful for you. After that, this response you need to send to this book list. So for that, you have to write this dot set state. This dot set state, under the set state, our array name is called book list colon response dot data. response dot data. Data is the predefined, brothers, whereas response is your variable. You can keep any variable. Data is a predefined variable of the React. Sorry, not React, axios. It has a status also, it has a text response also, it has a data also. Data is the object that will be capturing the content. Like, see, you are sending the request to this URL. From this URL, whichever the content will come, it will go under the capture. But from the, sorry, it will go under the response. But from response, the original data you can capture under the where data variable. So what I did, I response.data I taken and given to the book list where under the state. Then state, as soon as you will update the data under the state, the render function will call. Let me go here and print the length and show you whether it is coming or not. Okay, the book list, the total books, this state dot book list dot length, right? This dot state dot book list dot length. So if I run my page, what will happen now? Let's show you. I'll go here to my React. It is saying total book is 0 because see, function we have written, but we have not called the function. So I will use here a lifecycle method of React that is called component mount. Component mount function will help us to call this function automatically. I will go here and I'll call here this dot component mount. This dot function, which function? Get book. Now, as soon as the component mount will happen, after that component will call and it will give us the list. Let me see here. See, awesome. One book is coming. It is giving total book is how many? 1. Total book is 1. Let's see the flow. Flow is here. Very simple, not too difficult. It's a simple like you have set up this, but with the patience you have to do. It's not like simply it will happen. You have to set up the server, everything you have to do, then it will happen. So with the help of axios, now with the help of axios, I read the data and after that I give into a state. A state is updated under the set state updated under the state, and a state has called the render, and render is giving me the length here. It's giving me the length, right? Now I need to run the loop. Simple. I will run the map function. After that I can get the data easily. Let me come back now. Here I'll go to the T body. Under the T body, I will write here this dot state dot which one? Booklist.map. Booklist.map. I'll keep here call bookinfo, comma index. After that, I will follow here the return statement. Okay, I'll follow the return statement. Inside the return, we will be following the tr. Okay, and td, the first td will be book.id, bookinfo.id, bookinfo.id. You will ask where this id is coming from. This is coming from the json file. Okay, similar way, name, price and quantity. Right here, name, right? I'll go here call price and here call as a qty. And don't forget to add here the props called key index. It will make your tr unique tr. So we saw this is the map function completely. Okay, now after that, look into the browser. See, awesome. One book details is coming. One book details is coming here. I will go to the JSON file. I'll add 2 more book. Let me go here. This is my JSON file. I will go here and I will add one more book saying like this is the PHP basic. Price is 400 and quantity is 50. Let me add one more book here. Call is Angular. Oh, ID must be different. ID 2. Here ID is 3. Angular 9 basic. Angular 9 basic. Now price will be 600. quantity will be 30. Save the book. And so see, I added total 3. Don't add the last comma. It will throw the error. Make sure the last array should not have the comma. So total 3 elements I stored here. I'll come to my browser. I'll refresh my page. Here. Oh, some error happened. Some error happened to my different component. Okay, understood. I have another page. Inside some error happened. That is due to this. This error happened in some other component. It's here. I'll fix it immediately. See, 3 box details I have added. See, 3 box details is coming here, right? So hope you guys understood what we did. So I hope like you can do some similar assignment. And then we'll ask again, what is the axios? I'll tell you the same thing. One side is a React, another side is a JSON server. Data is in JSON server. Now from JSON server, it should go to the React. Their axios will work. Just quickly, I'll design one diagram for you in 1 minute and I'll show you. Okay, just hold on. Here, this is your React and this is your, you can say, the JSON server. This is the React.js. This is your JSON server. Now here is the data of books. This data should go to the React. So in between you need another mediator, that is called this one. That is going to fill the gap, axios. So this will be called the axios. Axios will work like this. It can send the data to this JSON file, as well as axios can get the data to JSON file. Now see, this is the work of axios. React can get the data from JSON server with the help of axios. React can send the data to JSON server with the help of axios, right? So hope you understood. And then again, thanks for watching. And if you have not subscribed the channel, CRM Software Academy, you can subscribe it. It's helpful for you. And again, let's see you next video. Bye bye.